Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're still working on the William Morris journal, but today I'm gonna try and put the journal cover together, and then we'll revisit and see whether we want to add anything else to the journal or whether we're happy with it as it is. So I have got fabric I've got Amazon packaging, and I'm going to use that as the basis for the journal. Now my signatures are just over 20 centimeters, 8 inches in length. I want the cover to be longer than that because I want to use elastics and eyelets for the closure. So I'm going to do 1 centimeter either side. So that will take me to say 22.5 centimeters. So we'll just make a note of that so we don't forget. And then in terms of the width, I'm probably going to go with 15. I think 15, or if that's going to come up there a bit, perhaps we'll go 15.5. And in terms of the spine, I'm going to want probably, I think 5 centimeters spine will do it. Okay. So this is going to be the card that I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do first of all, I'm just going to take the top and bottom off. And we'll do it over here. Okay. I'm going to take this side off as well. Okay, so, excuse me. If I say that the width is going to be 15.5, but I also want 5 for the spine, so we say 15.5 plus 2.5 for the half of the spine. So we're going to be looking at 18. Just double check that. 15.5, 16, 17, 18 centimeters across here, which is around about there, around about there. So we're going to open our cutter up and we're going to go for 18 centimeters, which is there. Tiny bit over, because if I make a mistake, then I've got a little bit of room, little wiggle room, not much, but a little. Okay. Oh, see, this is what winds me up. And this is where the mistakes come in. Okay, let's go back. I'm trying to be too clever. I'm trying to cut out too many steps. Oh. So it does come off better on the one side, definitely. Okay. So that, I'm hoping, is going to give us at least 18. See, it's just under 18. So I'm not sure if it's going to be big enough. Oh, clever, clever, clever. Okay, we'll see. So we got 22.5 down. So that's easy. Okay. So let's see if we're going to be able to make this kind of work. So, where's my ruler? Okay, so I want 2.5 centimetres from each end. Sorry, from the centre, I should say. I'm going to concentrate now because otherwise I will get it wrong. Literally completely wrong. So I'm taking the centre point and I'm going to do a score line at 2.5 centimetres from our centrepiece. Okay, so I'm hoping that that will then fold here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do the same over here. I'm going to do 2.5 centimetres. This card is quite thick, so need to use a little bit of welly. Okay, so that'll go there like that. Oh, come on. Okay, so we've got a journal there. We just need to see whether our signature is going to fit in that, seeing as we cut it quite close. Yes, they are. Okay, so that's perfect. That gives us enough room to have our eyelets without causing too much problem. We create more room because what the eyelets tend to do is if they're too close to the top and bottom, they tend to buckle these pages, which is fine. It's not the most attractive thing. Not the most attractive. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I find this packaging, although it's fairly sturdy, it's nowhere near sturdy enough that it gives me confidence to kind of get this as a journal to sell. I want to make sure that everything is reinforced. So a piece that we have ourselves saved from the cut-off, I'm going to cut one of these at just under 5 centimetres, and it's cut at an angle, so I'm going to do that again. Okay, so 5 centimetres by our 22.5. So this is going to be our middle section here. Okay, we're good with that. So I just want to make sure that that'll pop in there and still let me close these comfortably, which it does. I'm going to leave this print and stuff on the back side because our outside cover is quite dark, so happy that that's going to mask anything that's in the way. What I've done before now is I've been in a position where I have not done that, and the pattern has shown through, which has been an absolute disaster, because you then have to cover your material with either lace or more material or whatever else to try and disguise it. So yeah, it's not the best thing in the world, so I do try to kind of think of that. It was one of those rookie mistakes that I made a few times before it finally sank in. Okay, so I'm using Fabri-Tac just because it's probably one of the stronger glues that I've got, and I do really want to make sure that I'm comfortable that the cover is strong and isn't going to kind of create any problems later on down the line. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of weight on that and let that settle for a minute or two. Excuse me. So I'm happy that that is done. The next thing I am going to do is cut a piece of this is just one of the back-ends for one of the Tim Holtz memorandum bag. Oh, there you go, that's perfect. So it gives me two of those, and I'm going to cut it at here. And again, they're not solid, but they just give a little bit more kind of reinforcement. So I'm just comfortable now that that is a lot sturdier than it was when I just had the Amazon packaging. The next thing I do, again, you may feel as though this is overkill, and it's really not necessary. But the next thing that I do is I use craft tape just to reinforce. Like I said, it just gives me a bit more peace of mind. Okay, so our fabric for this journal is this beautiful Tim Holtz fabric. No, I'm telling fibs. I've just finished my Tim Holtz journal. This is beautiful William Morris fabric. Okay, let's have a look and see what we're going to need. Okay, so we're going to need... probably just cut that section there. And then I'm going to cut this section here. I'm not sure fully what I'm going to do on the inside yet. I may use fabric, I may decide to go with some of the Tim Holtz papers, and I've also got some papers that I bought in a roll that are really, really lovely, that I might use for that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put a layer of glue stick. I find this helps just to give you a base. And again, I put it on quite thick. And then I'm going to pop this onto our fabric. Make sure it's as straight as it can be. Excuse me. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to take a bit of these corners off. Now, everyone does this section. Well, not everyone, but I've seen so many people do it differently. So it's whatever suits you, to be honest. I like using double-sided tape because I think that's really, really strong. But again, if you're going to use a sewing machine, that is not really an option. I haven't lost. I think I've finished my wide double tape, sticky tape. So I've only got the thin stuff, and it'll take me forever and ever to get all of this, because I'd have to do a couple of layers. Okay. So I do the opposite sides as a starting point, and if you want to be confident that it's really, really stuck, you can put some clamps on it and hold that down just until you know it's kind of adhered. But, you know, with Fabri-Tac, it really is good stuff, so I don't worry too much unless it feels as though it's coming up, which is rare. And when you kind of smudge it like this, it actually helps it adhere even more. Strange thing to say, I know, but just seems to do that. Okay, and I'm just gonna make sure that our creases are there. So that should fold and give us a nice tidy cover. Okay, with these, kind of had a bit of a tip from Tracy Fox, and I can't get it quite right. Excuse me, she made it look quite easy, but I just don't seem to be able to get it fully. But it was basically a way in which you make sure you get your really clean corner edges. So what basically she said is that if you take the corners and kind of fold this little bit of flap there inwards, which is why I put a little bit of glue there first just to catch it. And it is a bit fiddly, but it's worth you taking the time at this point to make sure, excuse me, that you get a clean corner. I mean, like I said, I'm going to put book corners on this anyway, so I'm not overly bothered about a tiny bit of extra material, but what I don't want is buckling. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, but it actually gives you a really tidy corner piece. It's not perfect, like I said, I haven't mastered yet that technique, but Tracy's done a video on it, and yeah, it's a brilliant video, and it's definitely helped me. Okay. Sometimes I get it so wrong. It's painful, but sometimes I use an old credit card, and that helps me fold it. And as I said, that extra bit of glue then helps it kind of stay in place. And all I can feel is gluey fingers. Okay. Not perfect, but it's better than my attempt without using it. Okay. So that is the outside of our journal cover. And as you can see, it's really tidy. So yeah, I'm happy with that. As I said, I'm not sure whether I'm going to use... I think I'd like to use this inside piece, this on the insides rather. I don't know whether it'd be too much overkill, but I like the idea of it. The only thing is, when I do use fabric on the inside, I kind of like to put tape then to secure it, and I don't have William Morris tape, so that's a bit of a downfall. As I said, I do have material. I do have cards and paper that I could use, but I definitely like the idea of having this on the inside as well as the outside. Shall we give it a go? We'll see. I love ripping fabric. I never used to have the confidence to do it. And then everybody I watch just rips the fabric and you're like, oh, okay. So I did try it on some very cheap fabric at one point, and it seemed to work. So I was happy with that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to cover this side here with glue stick. That was good timing. And then I'm going to go around the kind of main areas, if you like, with some Fabri-Tac. So I'm going to get my fabric and just see which way this is up. Okay. And that is going to go on here like so. And I am just going to smooth it over. Okay, it doesn't matter that that's over there a little bit because we have got enough fabric underneath that covers that. If it'd been on this side, then we might have had a little bit of trouble. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just try to get enough of this fabric off, but not too much that I'm going to see underneath. And that is our main cover. Now, to do the to do the eyelets, dear me, this is where I kind of get it wrong all the time. So we know our spine is 5 centimetres. We don't want the eyelets too low because we don't want them to cut into our paper. So that to me looks like about just under 1 centimetre. So I know that if I do a cut at 1 and a cut at 4, and then do 2.5, that will give me 3, or should give me 3 even holes. So I'm going to try the same on this side, just under 1 centimetre, and we're going to go with 1, 2.5, and 4. So again, that should be pretty spot on. I always say that, and then I always say, oh gosh, what happened? Okay, so I'm going to use my bigger hole. I'm going to go for the middle one, pretty central there, and I'm going to count those edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was on number 6. So if I cut that, and then try this one again, if I try and cut it dead centre, the hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I cut my finger, that one. That was a bit silly. Did I cut it? No, I just jammed it. Oh. And they say this is a safe hobby. Okay, so the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm hoping that those 3 are pretty even. You can't actually ever really tell until you put your eyelets on, because you're just looking at material at the moment. So I've got some glue actually that stops things fraying, so I might put a bit of that on just to stop it fraying before I've finished. Yeah, I think that might be an idea. Okay, let's try this end, shall we? So we're going to start with the middle one again. If I go dead centre, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move my finger out of the way that time. Okay, so that's about dead centre. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I'm quite pleased with that. What do you think? Except I've got little bits of material all around. So the idea is the journal will go inside here, okay? And it will go in just literally where the bottom of the eyelets are, so that I will then attach elastic, which will then go from the outside, and it will come in 2 holes, signature will be in there, and it will just tie up with a knot. I was going to say it's as simple as that. It's not that simple. I know it's not that simple. But yeah, I am really, really pleased with that. So that is our cover. As I said, I got some glue that apparently stops things from fraying even too much. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that on the edges, just to be happy that it's not gonna fray off before I finished. And then I'm gonna quickly run back through these signatures to see if there's anything else that I want to add to them. Wouldn't mind putting a little bit more decor on that one. These are all spare pieces of card that I had from printing the ephemera on. So that might need a little bit more work. I'm so chuffed with the lace that went on there, really am. I think it just adds such a difference. If I had more, I would have put more on. Oh, yeah, of course that. So, that might need a journal card or postcard or something. Okay, so there's two sections there I'd like to revisit. These are the tags we did yesterday. Well, it was yesterday for me. I'm not sure what day it was for you guys. Maybe revisit this one. Oh, there's more. There's more. Or celebrity used to say that. I can't really remember. Yeah, I'd like to put something else in there. Okay, so there's two more sections to revisit there. I've got to do the notebook, which I keep saying, but that's got to be done. Now, I do know this is a William Morris journal, so please don't think I don't, but I had some beautiful frames turn up today, stickers, and I thought they would look pretty awesome with some of the Tim Holtz framed family albums. So that's something that I might do. Okay. So happy with that, happy that I know what I've got to do with those. Well, these were the frames. I saw Tanya from, oh gosh, don't rip. I saw Tanya from Tatty Treasures use them. And she got them from AliExpress. So I did order them. In fairness, they haven't taken too long. Oh, see, ripped it now, so that's just done. They haven't taken too long to come, in fairness. And they're really nice. They've got like almost like fabric feel to them. Oh, these are really nice. Yeah, liking these a lot. And as I said, I can put some of the family folders from the Tim Holtz, well, it hasn't got to be that. I've got some from different printouts. Oh, these are so nice. I ordered 2 packets, but they were from different sellers, go figure. Don't ask me why. I think it was a case of I've been stung before, so it was kind of like, you know, you order from 2, you kind of up your chances of being able to get something, don't you? So that was my logic. Let me go and grab some of those photos. Okay, back again. Okay, so let's get our signatures and see if we can utilise any of these. I think it would be nice to try and do so. But I may have already put too much on here. Love that. Really like that as well. And that. I'm looking to see what I think might go with this kit. Oh, I do love those. Love that as well. Okay, so we've got a couple there that may go with the kit. Maybe. So let's have a little look-see. I'm looking for just some of the plain, they're not the plain pages as such, but the pattern pages without too much on. I mean, I've covered most of them, so I may not even need to use any of this at all. See, I'll have to sing to you again. It's really not pleasant. Now I want to put something else on this page here. I wonder, well, she'd fit in there lovely, wouldn't she? I wonder what that would look like. If I had her there and that on top. I like it, but I don't know if it goes. What do you think? It definitely looks nice. Definitely liking it. Okay. What about something like that with something like that? Yeah, that's nice as well, but not for that colour frame. Oh, am I going to be able to use any? Watch. Oh, yes, definitely on this one. That's a definite. But what one do we use? That's the million-dollar question. I think that one might go again. Yeah, I think it might. What do you think? What if I grungy the edge so it's not too stark? These are really lovely. They feel like fabric. Really got a quite an expensive feel to them. So yeah, definitely glad I bought these. Oh, well. I went to town today, to the city centre. Didn't buy anything, which is very unusual for me. So yeah, it was a little bit disappointing. But in fairness, it's probably a good thing too. Do you know what? I think, other than these, let's see what that looks like. Need a bigger picture for that one, but that's okay. Wow, I really do like them. I think the frame may merge a little bit with that one. It'll be a bit too... No, I need a bigger picture again, and I don't like the frame. Go on, I'm just going to go for it. So what I'm going to do, I am just going to go for it and hope that I like it. I can always put perhaps some flowers or something on there. Okay, so we're going to put that about there. Probably should have put a bloke, shouldn't have I? Because it's a William Morris journal. But why can't we have a woman? I don't know what William Morris would have looked like, but he might have looked like that. Okay. Now, the tough job of trying to get the sticker off. Okay, so happy with that, and I'm going to pop that like so and hope that's straight. Wow, I really do like them. Really like them. I like them a lot. See if we can put one on this journal too. See, I could have used some of those for the frames on there. I wonder if I can get away with one up here. Greeny colour. A greeny colour. Let's see, that might look nice. With, again, a little bit of grunge. I'm actually going to have to put this on a piece of card, I think. Let's put it on here for now. I can always wipe it off. Gosh, see, they're really sturdy, because a normal piece of sticker would be throwing a right tantrum by now. So, yeah, chuffed. So that could go there like that. And we could put in... I don't actually like the picture of that gent. I think the background's a bit... And all these are either children or lady. Oh, look, there's a nice one there. Most of them are children or ladies. It's a bit rude. But we do have a fella here who could go there. And we could pretend his name is William Morris. Or not, as the case may be. What do you think? Quite like that. And then obviously we're going to put some tickets in here, which will hide, well, they won't even hide part. Oh, just go for it, Mandy. Overthink everything. Although sometimes I don't overthink and I just do it and regret it. So there is that to take into consideration. What, is that straight? Not quite. That's better. Now we need to try and get this on, because we've got quite a tight little area to work with. So, come on. I really can't get over these. They're so sturdy. Really liking them. Might have to pop on and definitely order some more. I could turn this into a William Morris ladies journal, actually, because I've also had today, which I'll show you in a moment. What did I have as well? I had the... I had my stickers. Then I had my little sunflowers for Sunflowers and Doors, which I thought were absolutely gorgeous. And I did have some of these. These are beautiful, again from AliExpress. And I think I'd like to try and put one of these on the front of the journal. These are really, really lovely. So I might do that. I might try and put one on the front of the journal once I've worked out what I'm actually decorating it with. Okay, so I'll pop those there. I don't really want to cover the book with loads and loads of photos. It was just to kind of make some of those pages that are a little less filled, a bit brighter, shall we say. I don't think I've got one here to use. I do have that, but I don't think I've got a sticker that'll go with that. So I'm not going to force it. If I don't need it, I don't need it. Well, what's that in there for? Well, that was just in case I wanted to put something on that, on a card in there, wasn't it? Okay. So, no, we're not going to use any more. We're good to go with those. So that's our signatures almost done. A few bits and pieces to sort out. And that is it. So I'm going to put all of these stickers back together. And I'll even keep those middle sections because you can use those. I like that. So these are all going to go away. Pop them there for a moment. I've taken these stickers out of somewhere, don't know where, so I'm going to have to find that out as well. Pop these back in there. Oh, it's not going to go like that, is it? It's going to have to go like that. Okay. I've also got a book here somewhere, haven't I, that I've got to sew. And I should have some, oh gosh, some fabric. What did I do with my fabric yesterday? This is what you get when you don't tidy up after yourself. There it is. Now, I was thinking of using this fabric for the cover. I think I might like that. Let's have a little look through your camera eyes. Oh, I don't know, what do you think? I like it, but is it going to be too... Because I don't want that as it is, unless I put a book plate on the front, which is... Oh, sorry, I'm probably shouting into the camera now. I could put a book plate onto the front, and that book plate could, because it'll be a bit raised and I've got some more bits that I can put on there, and that could go on top. I don't know, we'll think about it. But we've made good progress today. We have done the cover. I will put some eyelets in there when I've decided what I'm going to use as closure. I may just use a button and elastic closure because I do quite like those as well. So that's an option. Okay, so what we'll do is I will get the rest of the ephemera sorted for next before we join up again on this one. So I'll get that sorted. I will finish my little sewing bits and pieces. I have got the elastic for this is going to be if I can get it. The elastic for this one is going to be navy, I think, rather than cream. Although, excuse me, the cream's probably going to bring something more out of it, but I've got two pieces anyway to work with. And I'm going to have to put something on the front, because if I want to use one of these, and I want to go for something really big like that, and I might be able to, because I don't know how it goes in. It's going to have to go in there, isn't it? So what I might have to do is, I wonder what size punch that is. I could find, oh, sorry. I've got some duplicates here. I must have not used all my old ones up. It's not a bad idea though, is it? If we can get a nice picture of... See, even I could use her... No, I can't, she's too small. That's quite nice. Yeah, see, that would look quite nice, I think. So what we'd have to do is we'd have to draw around her. Yeah, I think she'd look nice. I think the whole card would look nice on there, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, sorry, I'm digressing and I'm just waffling. So we're going to... How would I cut that now? Because I can put a pencil mark around it carefully, but I'm going to have to leave quite a straight edge around that, aren't I? And I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I'm no good at cutting. Whereas if I used one of the smaller ones that would allow perhaps one of my... What's the size of a... sorry. Of a 1 inch punch. 1 inch punch. Let's have a look at that and see what size. So that, that would fit in there beautifully, and it won't come out now. Oh, come on. Oh. So the 1 inch pump, I've got to stop saying that. The 1 inch punch fits in there lovely, and it'll also fit in that one as a slight push. I think this one here is more of the look I want. I think that it's definitely more of the look I want. I love that, but I'm not going to get away with that. So I'm going to go with that one. And I could draw around... Oh no, I could just cut it out, couldn't I? Draw around her. Well, how much of her face would I get in without ruining her? Yes, I like. So let's put some... Oh, let's put some of these lids. Sorry, I was finishing. But this is what I kind of do, is waffle a bit and kind of make decisions on the go. Okay, I'm going to put a nice bit of fabric tack in there. That is the top there, so I'm going to pop her in there like so. Oh, I'm going to have to order some more of these as well. How lovely. Awesome. So these are going to go away. We now have a headless card. That wouldn't look quite right, would it? Look a bit odd. Okay, so yes. Okay, yes. Let's just recap. I am going to decide on what we're going to do for the front of this. It may be a book plate with some of the end pieces on, because I quite like the idea of that. I do want to integrate that somehow. I may put it on a chain yet and put that somewhere. I don't know where. We're going to decide if we're going to use the blue. I think it's going to have to be the cream, isn't it? Yeah, so we're going to go with the cream. Not sure if we're going to use the lace. We're going to finish off these couple of things that need finishing off in the signatures. And hopefully we're going to be done. Yay! Okay, so I hope that was useful and not too rabbity, because I do have a tendency, but yeah, I do hope you got something out of that at least. So next video is going to be to finish it all, bring it all together, and see what we end up with. I do hope you've enjoyed going through that, even though it's been a bit all over the place. And we will catch up very, very soon. So until then, as always, take care of yourselves, and we will speak soon. Bye for now.